It is Sunday night. You are lying in bed, scrolling through fitness transformations on Instagram, and you feel that electric surge of motivation. Tomorrow is the day. Clean slate, new you. You are going to meal prep, hit the gym at 6 a.m., and finally become the person you know you are capable of being. Fast forward to Wednesday afternoon. You are on your couch, still in your work clothes, convincing yourself that you will go tomorrow, definitely tomorrow. If this is you, welcome. You are not broken. You are not lazy. And you are definitely not alone. But here is the thing: what looks like a motivation problem, actually a brain problem. And not the kind you think. Society calls this being a quitter. Psychology calls it something way more interesting. So let us talk about what is really happening in your head when Monday feels like salvation and Wednesday feels like proof you will never change. Here is what most people do not get. Your brain does not actually want you to go to the gym. It wants you to plan to go to the gym because planning feels productive. It releases a little hit of dopamine, the same chemical you get from actually doing the thing, except planning is way easier. It is like your brain is getting paid without showing up to work. Think about it. When you are lying in bed Sunday night mapping out your perfect week, your brain is lighting up like a Christmas tree. You have already won in your mind. You can practically see the ABS. Psychologists call this the goal gradient effect. The closer you feel to a goal, even if you have not started, the more reward your brain releases. You are getting high on the idea of change. The gym on Monday morning, that is just the come down. But there is another layer, and it is darker. Monday represents something your brain is absolutely desperate for: a fresh start, a psychological do-over. It is why New Year's resolutions exist. It is why people wait until their birthday to quit smoking. It is why you need a perfect starting point. Here is the problem: you are not actually starting, you are erasing. Every time you say, "I will start Monday," you are wiping the slate clean of all the Wednesdays and Thursdays you already quit. It is like your brain has a reset button and you are addicted to pressing it. Because starting feels like hope, continuing feels like work. In psychology, this is known as the fresh start effect. Research shows we are way more motivated to pursue goals after temporal landmarks: new weeks, new months, new years. But here is the catch: that motivation is borrowed. It is not earned, and borrowed motivation runs out fast. Usually by Wednesday. Now here is where it gets really messy. The gym is not just about fitness for you, it is about identity. When you walk into that gym on Monday, you are not just working out. You are trying on a new version of yourself. The disciplined person, the morning person. The person who has their life together. It is like showing up to a party dressed as someone you are not. At first, it is thrilling, but eventually, the costume gets heavy. Because deep down, you do not actually believe you are that person. So your brain does what brains do when there is cognitive dissonance: it finds evidence to prove you right. You are tired, you are sore, you have got that thing tomorrow, see? You knew you were not a gym person, and just like that, the identity experiment is over. Psychologists call this the false hope syndrome. When your expectations for change are unrealistic, your motivation collapses the second reality does not match the fantasy. You thought you would love it. You thought it would be easy. You thought you would be different this time. You were not. And your brain says, "I told you so." But let us be honest about what is really happening here. Because it is not just about dopamine or fresh starts or identity. It is about control. Your life feels chaotic. Your job, your relationships, your bank account, it is all a little out of hand. But the gym you can control. You can decide when to start, what to do, how hard to push. Or more accurately, you can decide when to stop. Because here is the truth you are not saying out loud: quitting on Wednesday feels safer than succeeding on Friday. If you quit early, you never have to find out if you could actually do it. You never have to risk real failure. It is like standing at the edge of a pool, dipping your toe in, and walking away before you have to admit you do not know how to swim. In psychology, this is a form of self-handicapping, creating obstacles for yourself so that if you fail, you have a built-in excuse. I did not really try. I was not ready. I will do it right next time, except next time, you do the exact same thing. So here is the question you need to ask yourself. Does starting Monday make you feel hopeful? Or does it let you off the hook because hope is expensive when you are buying it on credit? Eventually, the bill comes due, and the bill is this. You have spent years perfecting the art of starting and zero time learning how to continue. That is not a motivation problem. That is a trust problem. You do not trust yourself to follow through, so you do not even try. Not really. Here is what you need to hear. You are not broken. You are not uniquely weak. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do: seek reward, avoid discomfort, and protect you from uncertainty. But you do not need another Monday, you need a Tuesday. A boring, unremarkable, nothing special Tuesday where you show up even though the magic is gone. Because discipline is not built in the blaze of motivation. It is built in the quiet moments when no one is watching and it does not feel good and you do it anyway. Stop waiting for the perfect week. Start in the middle, start on a Wednesday. Start at 3 p.m. on a random Thursday when you feel like garbage. That is where the real change happens, not in the reset, in the mess. So which layer hit hardest for you? The dopamine trap, the fresh start addiction, the identity costume, or the control issue you have been avoiding? Drop it in the comments. Let us talk about it.